let's just start off with what happened here in the last weekend. We knew that Owen Wafle was on the verge of a commitment when he told Notre Dame he wanted to visit Michigan, and Notre Dame said, "If you visit Michigan, then you are committed." And he said, "Oh, well, I want to visit Michigan." So that was that, right? It was kind of clear at that point he was going to wind up in Michigan, right, Brice?
Absolutely, absolutely. And this is a guy too that it helps that he's in the state of New Jersey, and they happen to have a recruiter back on staff who knows the state pretty well, and Chris Partridge, the linebackers coach. But it wasn't really just him this recruitment. Mike Elston was kind of the front runner. He kind of led the charge for Michigan and did a really good job with connecting with him and his family. And this, in my opinion, is one of my he's the moment he committed he became one of my favorite commits. I mean, he's 6'2", 290 pounds. He reminds me a lot of Mason Graham. He can play both ways. He plays for an elite program in the Hun School in Princeton, New Jersey. And Sam, they haven't lost a game in 2 years, so he's a winner. And instant, like I said, he can bull rush. He can, make moves up in the middle, and he can be moved around. This is a guy that is flexible. He's still getting bigger. His dad played at Duke along the defensive line, so he's got good genes there. And overall, this is a guy that I think could see the field somewhat early. Like I said, he reminds me a lot of Mason Graham. He's got a high motor, brute strength, and someone that's just a hard worker as well. So I love the pickup. I know this is a Notre Dame helping out Michigan once again. That's how I look at that.
Yeah. New Jersey. Anytime a New Jersey kid pops, uh, Steve, you got to be thinking about Chris Partridge, right?
I mean, he's the one that got the ball. Like, I don't think Wafle was really on Michigan's radar until after Partridge took the linebackers coach job, right? And then basically he did visit Michigan, and I don't know the full details there. He may have visited Michigan without telling Notre Dame initially, and then went to Notre Dame after. There was some kind of deal there where he was definitely on campus. Nobody knew about it. And after that visit, I actually think Michigan felt really good about the flip. But yeah, Chris Partridge is the one that definitely got the ball rolling here. As Brice said, Mike Elston helps with the close here, but technically I know he decommitted from Notre Dame before he committed to Michigan, but this is kind of one of the easier flips I can ever remember since I've covered recruiting. I mean, they hosted him once and then they flipped him. He took his official, but yeah, super explosive player for his size. Guy that I got to imagine Notre Dame wishes was still in their commitment class, but yeah, I always think it's fun and interesting when a guy that really we never really discussed at all, it goes from a nobody in the Michigan fans' eyes to like Brice said, I think one of the guys I think a lot of people are going to pick as sort of the sleeper or one of the sleepers in this class, which on that note, you're going to see guys that are like 4 stars in this class that are going to be called sleepers because it's such a deeper class from top to bottom, right? I mean, and he's I don't know, he's a 4-star in either the composite or on 24/7, but either way, I think a guy that is going to be a popular pick for sleeper, and yeah, I mean, just a nice, easy, stress-free flip and addition for Michigan up front.